What stresses me out most is that there's no time in the day. It's like I'd have so much on work, college. By the end of it, I just feel like I get nothing done. In terms of college, I'd have to take 2 buses, and that's an hour and a half, so up and back, so that's 3 hours. Also, assignments, they just pile on top of you, and then you don't feel like you're even getting it done.
Not knowing where I'm going to be in the next year. Basically, I know I'm not going to be here, but I don't know where I'll end up. We're going to have to start, I guess, growing up and find a job. No, but I don't know where. It might be here, it might be in Germany, it might be at a whole different part of the world. Nobody knows. Big question.
Money really stresses me out. I'd like to take more shifts on to earn more money, but because I've so much college stuff to do, I can't. So money's something that really stresses me out. Also, the parking in college really gets to me. There's been days that I've come and drove around for half an hour and not been able to find a space, and ended up just being so frustrated that I just drove home, and then I miss my lectures and fall behind. It's just frustrating.
Deadlines stress me out a lot, especially if I have work the night before and I'm in till 9, and then the next morning my assignment could be due at 9 o'clock. And other students can stress me out as well. I find that sometimes students will be asking me, have you got this assignment started? What about this one? Did you add this into your assignment? And then I'd freak out if I haven't, and then I get more stressed out and makes it even harder for me to actually start the assignment. Sometimes then I might even go over the word count trying to add in bits that other people have told me, and then I get stressed out trying to cut it down as well.
I get very angry. I get very frustrated with myself. I isolate myself. I get very argumentative. Stuff gets smashed at, just out of frustration. From point of view, it's more I start biting my nails.
So when I get stressed, I get really bitchy, especially towards my boyfriend. I give out to him for no reason about everything and anything he does. He could do something really good and I find a fault in him. I can't sleep at night. I find it really hard to find sleep, and then when I finally do fall asleep, I wake up in the middle of the night and I get so freaked out about something, for example, an essay that has to be in the next week, and I actually get up really early in the morning to start researching for it, and it doesn't even make sense.
When I'm really stressed, I feel like I'm the hardest person to be around. I'm so irritable. Someone could say anything to me and I'll snap, and it's so hard to be around. I feel sorry for anyone that I know that is around me at the time. I also don't even realise, but half the time I'd be pulling my hair out. I'm so stressed.
Usually my body kind of shuts down, so my immune system gets really, really low, and I get stressed out, and I usually get colds, flus, I get a breakout. It takes me a couple of weeks and probably antibiotics to kind of get over it.
What I always find is I always surround myself with people with similar problems, so being able to talk to them about their issues helps. Like listening to someone else's problems kind of relieves the pressure on me, knowing they're in the same situation.
I take my dog for walks twice a day. Like, it helps me, especially during exam time, to just take a break, leave the desk and just leave it all behind. And you still think about it obviously, but it just kind of gives you a bit of a breather every now and then. A really bad habit I picked up over the years is smoking when I'm stressed.
One bad way that I cope with stress is that I smoke a lot. I've tried to quit in the past, but with the stress of exams, I've always ended up going back on them. I'm still on them now. I'm more positive, I suppose. I listen to music, which I think really helps me out, so that's how I deal with it.
I try and avoid anything that is to do with the stress, so I'll avoid the assignment or the deadline or anything like that, and I try not to think about it. I take extra shifts in work all the time. If I have like all my lecture notes printed out, and only put them in like Polly Pockets and stuff like that, and organise them into a folder, and that's kind of my way of dealing with it. I avoid it.
Relax, it'll be grand. From personal experience, everything is always worse in the moment. When you look back on it, it's never as bad. So you'd be wondering why I was so stressed about it.
I would say to them that when a lecturer tells them at the start of the year that they have to study 6 hours a week to pass the exam and they better start now, don't listen to them. You'll be grand.
I just say that everyone's different and everyone deals with stress in different ways, and even though some people might seem that they're fine and they're not stressed at all, they might be, but they show it in different ways, so you're not alone basically.
There is no definite way of dealing with stress, so everyone deals with it differently. Everyone kind of needs to find their own way to deal with stress and just go with that.